Happy Monday. Happy Monday. Welcome to Make It Happen Mondays, where we take a little bit of time out of our busy lives so we can be informed, inspired, and make it happen for the rest of the week. If you do not know me, I am your host, Monique. I am a visionary, a growth strategist, a leadership coach, and a host of other things. But what's most important is that I'm here with you on Mondays to welcome in our week so we can make it be as great as we can be, right? Let's shift what Mondays, the narrative around Mondays and what it's going to be. So if you do not remember, if this is your first time here, and please make sure that you say hello as you come in. But if this is your first time here, or if you rock with us every week, this is just a reminder that this is our space, like our space as Black women leaders. This is our space to talk through our stuff, our virtual space. We could talk it out. We don't have to have any filter at all. This is a space where we share our stories so we know that we are not alone. This is where we elevate us every day, Black women that's making it happen every single day. And most importantly, we come here so we can get our energy back, so we can refuel, so we can get stronger, so we can grow, and we can continue to make the strides that we are making and show up in this world in the way in which we know we're supposed to, right? And so I want you and I encourage you to please stay connected. You can stay connected with me here, Monique Inc. And I'm excited because for the first time, we are streaming live on Instagram at the same time that we're streaming on LinkedIn and YouTube. So you can stay connected to us on our Instagram page, which is at Monique Inc. And we have a new page coming up, which is She's Rising _. So make sure you do that. Or you could just simply click the subscribe here on YouTube so you can get the notifications every time we go live. And so, matter of fact, go ahead and share with which one of your girls right now. Let her know that we're here, we're going live. We are going to talk about the power of vision today so she could be a part of the conversation. Go ahead and share that, because I encourage you all to share it with anyone who you think will find value in it. But then also, we're live for a reason. I could just pre-record and just post it on here and go on about the day, but I go live so I can connect with you all, so I can say hello, so you can ask your questions. So I'm encouraging you to please go ahead and comment in the chat, ask your questions as we go, because I love to engage and interact with you all. Okay. So before we get any more into our topic and what we are doing today, I want to, of course, play our Make It Happen song. And I am sending some Caribbean vibes today. Y'all let me know if you can hear it actually. I am going to play it now. Let's go.
Something good gonna happen in this year, and I am grateful that I made it here. Yesterday's gone and a new day has appeared, and I am grateful that I made it here. Blessings gonna find me here. Oh yeah. Favor gonna find me here. Oh yeah. I miss say money gonna find me here.
I know y'all like that.
Blessings gonna find me here. Oh yeah.
I'm gonna let y'all play this and I'm here.
Round and round, these seasons I've been facing, but this year your blessings I'm embracing.
All right. That's my song. So I don't know if y'all know, but I do. I mean, some of y'all know, but not everybody know that I live on the island in St. Martin. I go back and forth, and so I love to bring that Caribbean vibe. But it's nothing like it. So last week we talked about we had Latoya on, and she schooled us on the power of purpose. So if you have not seen that, if you have not had a chance to watch, go back to on YouTube, the Monique Inc., and you can see the show last week with Latoya. We are doing a series, The Power of. So last week was the power of purpose. This is the power of vision. Next week is the power of alignment. And then we're finishing up with the power of prayer. But we started with purpose for a reason. So go back and watch that. And then today, vision and the power of vision, I'm going to be teaching you. So a fun fact It's no guest today. I wanted to teach the power of vision because the power in vision is major to the work that we do in our leadership coaching program. We start with vision, right? We don't start with where you are and the troubles and the issues. We start with vision. And so if you see today, I'm like in professor mode, with my glasses and I have my bun, but it's makeshift. I won't turn my head because I didn't really like do it right, but you get the idea, right? And so the fun fact is, for those that don't know, I actually am an instructor in the social work school at Case Western Reserve University, and so I've been teaching there since 2016. Took a little hiatus, when I'm back this year, and so I love teaching, if you do not know. And so I even created a couple of slides for y'all today, so we're gonna have a good time. We're gonna have a good time. Let me go into talking about the power of vision. But before I do that, I want to, for those that don't know about She's Rising, just it's a division of my company. And we exist to help Black women leaders that are just tired of surviving, break free from all the stuff, become who they aspire to be so they can live life to the fullest. And so we believe that it's not simply enough to be alive, but we want you to live and to do it to the fullest. So I have these questions for you as we jump into our vision. I have these questions for you. And you don't have to answer the chat. You can just answer within yourself, but it's just something to ponder on. So, are you serving or building purposefully? Are you creating joyfully? Loving passionately? Are you playing freely? Showing up fully? Are you living meaningfully? These are just some questions because when we think about living life to the fullest and what having a vision in your life and you following that vision does, this is what we imagine for us. Like if you say, what do you want for the women that you serve, or Black women in the world in general, everybody, but our focus is Black women. These are the questions. This is what we're aiming for everybody to serve and build purposefully, create joyfully, love passionately, playing freely, showing up fully, and living meaningfully. So if you answered no when I asked you, are you doing these things? If you answered no, I would love to talk to you. I want to see what it looks like, how you could be supported, how we can make sure that you're living this one life that you live to the fullest. And vision is a very, very important part of that. So if you answer no to any of those things, please make sure that you text me 290-2221 so we can figure out how to hop on a call and get you going, right? Start living your life, the best life that you could possibly live. So going back to vision, I held an event in November with Meltrice. We did an Envisioning and Money Moves event, and I taught on vision. And I shared with them that vision it saved my life. I shared that vision saved my life. And so, for those that don't know, I grew up in Columbus, Ohio. I have a little brother. It was just my mom and my brother and I. And my mom really struggled to take care of us. She did the best that she could. I remember even at one point, she had a paper route just to try to make ends meet, but it just wasn't enough. Most of the times, majority of the times, it just wasn't enough. And so, being a little girl in a roach infested apartment, I needed a vision, right? A girl who went to turn the light switch on and still end up in darkness. A girl that boiled water to wash up, right? A little girl who would pick up the phone to call her friend only for there to be no dial tone. This is what it was like growing up for me. I needed a vision. And I'm going to show you, I told you I created some slides. I'm going to show you what this little girl was like. All right. So this was that little girl. And I needed a vision, right? Like Dr. Miles Monroe says, see further than your eyes can look. Because what I could see, it would have broke me. If I only was looking at what was around me, it would have broke me if I let it. Right? So what he talks about is this idea of seeing further than your eyes can look. Seeing further shaped a vision And at that time, the vision was an escape plan, right? My vision for my life in that moment, in that time, was just an escape plan. But as I've gotten older, I've learned to look at vision differently, and I've learned to use it differently in my life. It's no longer just about escaping certain circumstances. But vision for me is three things. One is the activation of imagination. It is the ability, like I said earlier, to see further than your eyes can look. It is to imagine the what might feel like it's impossible. It's your permission to dream big and to really start um, tapping into the parts of you that even if the world said that it wasn't possible for you or you didn't see it, your vision, envisioning and daydreaming about the possibilities, it activates your imagination. The second thing that it is for me is a manifestation of who you are. So I talked about Latoya last week and with her talk about purpose. And she talked about purpose being just who you are. It's not trying to find a thing or doing, it's what makes you come alive. And what makes you come alive has always been that thing in you. And so I can think you can imagine being back to a little girl, some of the things that you love to do, that you enjoy doing, your parents or your friends or family can remind you that you've always done this thing. That is purpose. And so the vision is a manifestation of what does it look like for me to do that thing on earth, right? What shape does it take? And then finally, it's a blueprint. It's a blueprint. Your vision, your life vision helps you helps you guide your decisions. So any decision you make is either taking you closer, further away, or keeping you the same. But it helps you to make those decisions because you know exactly where you're going. And so there is a difference, right? There's a difference between crafting a life vision and crafting what we do every year. We help to do a annual vision. So today I want to focus more on that life vision. The annual vision, or what you do yearly, should be a small subset of what you have to do to get to that larger life vision. Okay. One thing that you absolutely must understand when shaping your vision, you must understand who you really are. That is what the vision is about, who you really are. So there's four things that I'm going to guide you through today when you think about crafting your life vision. And I'm going to encourage you. Make sure, again, once you come in, please say hello. Please say hello. But I am going to encourage you to, even if you believe that you have your life vision, you know exactly what you want, I'm gonna encourage you to still go through this process, because what I've learned is that many of us have visions that are based on somebody else's idea of what we ought to be doing. And it's not intentionally, right? It's what has been embedded in you as you've been growing up. It's what has been taught to you by society, societal norms that you don't even think to question or to think twice about. We have so many built-in limitations that tell us what to do, where we can go, what's possible for us without it even being conscious, right? So a lot of this stuff we're not even aware that we believe in. And so we've shaped a vision based off of some limitation that we have, or what we should be doing or ought to be doing. I learned that when being certified as a coach, and it was the most profound thing: our ideal self versus our ought self, what we ought to be doing. So what I'm going to talk about today is going to allow you to go through this process and really start to peel away some layers and to ask yourself, is this what I really want? Or is this what I'm supposed to do because I have this position in the family, or because I'm a wife, or because I'm a mother, or, like, how do you get clear about what you really want in your life? And it may have changed from before. And so this is why we like to revisit it. All right. So there's four things: values, dreams, passion. And when you think about your passion, I want you to include your gifts and your talents when you're thinking about that, as well as purpose, which is what we talked about. You cannot have vision without understanding your purpose, right? Or it won't be the right vision anyway. So let me go back to sharing a couple of the slides. All right. So we talked about seeing further than your eyes can look. So this is what we talk about when it comes to your values. So when I'm coaching women, I start with the idea of, what do you value? And so here's a list, and you can Google a lot of different values, characteristics, traits. But here's a list that we use to help them figure out the top five. So I want you to look at this list, and I want you to first start not with this. This is an example. You could pull any list. Circle as many that resonate with you, right? As many as possible that resonate with you. But you want to get it down to five. And the idea is that these are things that you value. It may not be what you're honoring right now, but it doesn't mean that you still don't value it, and it's super important in your life. So when you get down to five, it's like, what could you not live without? Right? What do you have to have as a part of your life? And that's when you get clear about your values. When I did this exercise, I did a post, and I talked about how I kept saying wealth and money, and like this was something that I was aspiring to. And then when I did this exercise, I realized that what I value most is freedom. Building wealth is a means for me to get to that freedom and to live in that freedom, but I value freedom. And let me show you how this is different, because if you don't know what you value, you end up setting a vision around something that ends up having you dishonoring the thing that you value. And so what this meant is that while I was focused on building the things that was going to bring in the money, once I realized that what I really value is freedom, I knew that I had to I wasn't focused on work, because that wasn't going to make me feel free. But instead, I needed to find a business model that honored this idea of me having freedom in my life. And so, if I kept work, that doesn't honor what I really value. And that's my top value. So, this is values. And I encourage you guys to go through that exercise. Again, if you've done it before, just do it again, because so much in our lives change. The second thing I talked about is your dreams. And so there's two exercises to help you really get to your dreams and understanding your dreams, right? The one thing we do is 27 things. 27 things you want to do while here on this earth. And I cannot tell you the number of my coachees that have the hardest time with building 27 things that they want to do. And I'm going to be real, this thing, it could be as big as possible as it could be, right? Or it could be something that feels very small. Like, I had said I want to learn pole dancing. That was one of my 27 things. Before I go, I want to figure out how to work that. It's an amazing gift. It's an amazing gift, and I want to learn it. And so what I find is that so many of us filter. Sometimes we don't think that some of the women that I've worked with didn't think that it was big enough to put on a list, or they wouldn't allow themselves to think that big, to think that bold. But this is where we go. We throw it on the wall. We just get it all out there. It's nothing too big, too small. We're not judging it. We're just putting it out there. And so the other thing is the ideal life. Ideal life. So when women get stuck on the 27 things, I have them go and do the ideal life, which is an exercise that you may have heard of, where you imagine somebody is following you around with a video camera, and you say, what are you doing in these 10 years from now? Where are you? Right? Who is with you? What is your pastime? If they're following you all day long, what are they seeing? And sometimes that helps people to break out of those limitations that they put on, right? And they're able to really think about, imagine what the video camera would see, what their day would be like, who would be a part of it, and then they could go back and think about the 27 things. So that is what we like to do when it comes to your dream, as a part of shaping that vision. Okay. Make sure you guys, when you come in, just say hello, 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 so I can say hi back, hi back. All right. So now we're getting to the third part, which is your purpose and your passion. I put those together to say this is really your why you're here, and what you're going to do while you're here. So it goes back to what Toya was telling us last week about the purpose, and you understanding who, in fact, you are. Who you are outside of the titles, outside of the roles, what lights you up, what excites you, who are you? And that's what shapes your why. And then the other part is your passion, which is what do you care deeply about? Like naturally care deeply about. It's something that excites you or frustrates and angers you because you want to see something done about it. It's not right. This is where your gifts and your talents come in too, because a lot of these things are natural. When we think about what we're passionate about, it's natural gifts. Like there's people who want to teach dance. Well, guess what? They had a gift for dancing. And so this is something too where you get to go back into yourself before we got all stuffy and conservative and start thinking about those things that you really enjoy, those the talents that you have, their gifts, fun things to ask your friends, childhood friends, family members, people that have known you for a long time, even who know you now, how they would describe you. What are you naturally good at? This is what you're thinking about when you develop that why, right? So now we have your values. We have your let me go back so I can show you guys this. Told you I'm having fun with slides. We have your values, we have your dreams, and now we have your why. And what we do, and what I'm encouraging you guys to do now, is to put all of that together. And that is when you will have your life vision, because your life vision will be shaped on the things you value. It will be shaped on your dreams and your aspirations, and it will be shaped around your purpose and your passion. Okay. What we have here is an example of a vision statement, because I want to give you an idea of how you bring it all together. So this is one of the coaches that I work with, and this is her life vision. Her vision is, I am passionate. I am a passionate sports agent providing a voice of love and equality through my all Black sports agency and film production company. I live freely with unlimited access to resources with my partner, who is also my best friend, as we shake up the world. Now, is that a powerful vision or what? I should have shown mine before I showed hers, because one, mine's is very lengthy and I don't know if this is powerful. But they can take different shapes and forms. It's whatever works best for you. So here's another example of a vision statement. My vision is to develop a lifestyle that radiates freedom and leads me to experience all facets of the world through luxury, travel, and ownership. I will fully operate in my calling and anointing to minister to, help heal, and restore people to rise, especially Black women, through coaching, teaching, and giving. I will cultivate and sustain a sense of love, belonging, and security by developing a lifelong healthy relationship with my true love, and by building spiritual, financial, and emotional stability for each other and our children. So if you look at this, I want to unpack and show you those things that I described that should shape your vision. So one is the value. Remember, I told you earlier, I valued freedom. So if you look at what I value freedom. I value travel and luxury and ownership, right? I value helping people. I also value stability. So you can see that in my vision statement. My dreams, the traveling, owning having a world-renowned coaching program and service. Having my dream is to a lifelong love. So those are some of my dreams that are put in there. When we talk about purpose, my purpose is my calling, anointing, helping to heal, restore, helping to give rise, helping people break through. That is who I am. It's a part of everything that I do. And so it's a part of my vision, right? The teaching and the giving and the coach, those are all things that I'm passionate about. Those are ways that I will fulfill that. And I'm passionate about Black women. That's why I put especially Black women. So if you look at that and it's all put together, you can pick out each one of those parts. And that's exactly what your vision statement should do. It should pull out, once again, the values, your dreams, and your passions, and your purpose, right? So that is how I look at purpose, how I help women shape their purpose. And so I hope that this was helpful for you, not your purpose, your life vision. I hope this was helpful for you as you begin to think about your life vision and start to craft it so it could be a blueprint for everything that you're getting ready to do in this life, in this world. And if you want some help with it, talk through, again, text 216-999. Let me put that back up. 290 to get some support. If you start to build this and you get stuck in any way, just send me a text message and I'll be able to support you. If you actually go through this process and create your vision statement, I would love to see it. I would love to see it. You could text that to me as well. But vision literally changes lives. The ability to see further than your eyes can look, further than your current circumstances, further than the limitations that you put on yourself. It is so powerful and necessary for you to live your life to the fullest. Okay. So I hope that was helpful for you today. I always do a quote of the week. The quote of the week is see further than your eyes can look. Are you surprised? See further than your eyes can look. So when y'all sitting in that meeting or you're doing whatever you're doing in your life and you think about it and you only are imagining or planning or innovating based off of what you currently see, I want you to push yourself a little further and see further than your eyes can look. All right, all right. You guys, I hope that was helpful. You have a great rest of your week. I will see you back here next week with a special guest, and we're going to be talking about the power of alignment, what that is and what that looks like in your life. All right, make it happen, y'all. Bye-bye.